So please welcome to the stage the wonderful, the one and only Mel Terry.
Great story, Ginger. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so hum. You all know the feeling, don't you? That annoying hum of an air conditioner or refrigerator that's going on constantly in the background, so you don't even know how annoying it is until it stops. Well, it's the late 70s, and my love life is a shipwreck. One relationship after another crashes on the rocks. I think to myself, there's got to be somebody out there that's right for me, but maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. So I saved my pennies and I saved my vacation. And in 1978, I embark on my European find a boyfriend tour. Well, I land in Amsterdam, and 2 days later, I find this gay bar called the Honolulu. I go inside, not knowing what to expect, and amidst the smell of beer and through the smoky haze, I spy this handsome young man sitting on a stool, sipping a beer and looking for all the world like a Dutch boy paint ad. Well, I go around the horseshoe-shaped bar, sidle up next to him, and order beer. And then he asks the fatal question: "Come here, fuck." Uh, oh, okay. Well, before you get too excited, like I did at the time, it just means in Dutch, "Do you come here often?" Well, after that, it was love at first sight. So, uh, 2 days later, he invites me to go visit his brother and his girlfriend at their home for dinner. I think I can manage that. So, next thing you know, I'm sitting astride his big, like, oversized Dutch bicycle, legs akimbo, his long blonde hair flapping in my face, and we arrive, go inside, and indeed, there's his brother and his brother's girlfriend. Well, before we get a chance to sit down, a door opens, and out pops his sister and her boyfriend. Okay, well, we sit down, and then, before you know it, another door opens, and out pops his brother, his other brother, and his girlfriend. Okay. One more door opens, and out pops his mother and father. And I think, all right, so this is going to be sink or swim. Okay, well, fortunately, I swam. And 2 years, almost 2 years later, we find ourselves living together in California, building a life. Well, our life journey was going pretty smoothly. Um, I was a physical therapist. He was a psychotherapist. We would go back and forth to the Netherlands every other year to visit family, and to the East Coast to visit my family. Life was good. But then in 1988, our heart sank when he was diagnosed with HIV. Well, at that time, HIV diagnosis was basically a death sentence. But we, not willing to give up, we did a lot of research. We found an HIV specialist, MD, and then, fortunately, with the new medications, he's remained healthy this whole time. So our life was back on track, more or less. But in 1996, his legal status was running out, along with his work visa. So, being gay, I couldn't sponsor him for a relationship visa, and HIV positive gave us very limited options. So we went to our congressman at the time, Ron Dellums, asked for some help. His office gave us some advice, which turned out to be really bad, and we didn't know. We followed it, and immigration services, we were in their crosshairs immediately, and they told us, "You have to leave the country right now." Well, what can we do? We can't leave our careers, family, and friends in the US. And Carrot, you'll never be able to return. We decided to fight the deportation with an immigration lawyer. Well, she botched his case, unfortunately, and the threat of deportation was so imminent that there was this constant refrigerator hum of anxiety that was with us all the time. Well, we didn't know what to do at this point, but so we decided to join this gay immigration organization, Immigration Equality. We went to the meetings, and at first we would slouch around the table and bellyache about our situation, but over time we stood up, started to get politically active, created town halls. We went to supervisor meetings and testified there, and we marched in the San Francisco Pride Parade. Well, the first parade, I remember, we were running back and forth, wearing our t-shirts, red and black with broken hearts in the back, going to the sidelines with our cards for information saying, anybody want a green card? Anybody want a green card? And then we heard this, woo, yay! And we looked behind us to see who the crowd was cheering for, and it was us. And at that time, we were wearing masks because we were afraid to show our identity. But, you know, after that, we decided to take off the mask and be who we really were and keep up the good fight. So at this time, so Kerry couldn't leave the country and re-enter, so we missed a lot of family events. And the one that was the most devastating was actually his father. His father got sick, and then he actually died. And before he died, he told us, no matter what, don't you even think about coming back here and jeopardizing your lives together in California. And it broke our hearts. And in 2001, he died in 2000, and his mom was able to come back in 2001, and she brought some of his ashes, and we scattered them in our backyard under an apricot tree that he really loved. Well, we kept up the fight, and our friends bombarded the government officials with so many letters that even Dianne Feinstein's office created a form letter to respond. And much to our delight, I would say, that in 2007, our Congresswoman and hero Barbara Lee, she made a bill, a rider that was passed that rescinded the HIV ban. And President Obama followed through. And before we knew it, Kurt was able to get a green card. It happened so fast that we really didn't believe it, but it was true. Our lives are back on track. And shh, you know, what does that sound? It's silence. The hum, it was gone.
Mel Terry, everyone. Let's hear it from Mel.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Mel. Gorgeous.